What's up, everybody? It's your boy Joshua Edwards, live from my parents' kitchen. This is season 2, episode 19 of Joshua's Proximity. We are officially 1 week away from the start of the NFL season. It's going to be the opening game, Bucks versus Dallas Cowboys, Thursday night football at 7:30 p.m. But before I even get into the NFL season, I just want to talk to you a couple minutes just about a couple things that's going on. So, just for me, from my personal discretion and my personal experience. So, me and my fiance, man, we are taking some engagement photos, and we're getting custom-made Panthers jerseys. As you can tell, I'm a diehard Carolina Panthers fan. I got the neck pillow, I got the jersey, I got everything. And so we're like, yeah, what do we want to do for the engagement photos? I'm like, baby, let's come up with some customized Carolina Panthers NFL jerseys. She was like, all right, let's do that. Well, let me show you what the NFL shipped us. Now, granted, as you can see, it's supposed to be a Carolina Panthers jersey. On the back, it was 22, and her jersey number was going to be 077. And the last name was going to be Edwards, our wedding date and everything. Tell me why the National Football League, they sent me a Jerry Rice large jersey. Now, I am not a fan of the San Francisco 49ers. Yes, this is the GOAT, and I'm thinking about getting this framed and everything. But this jersey is long and big as hell. I don't know how they even got this. Look at the two jerseys. One is red, one is black. How did they even get this, mixed up? And then they also sent me a Fred Warner jersey. Now, hey, if you're looking to buy an NFL jersey, it's very exclusive, man. I'll definitely ship it off to you. Just send me some a little something on the side. But yeah, just look at this jersey, man. It's huge. A Jerry Rice jersey. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't wear a large in anything. Okay, that's just being 100 with you. Be honest, I actually wear an adult small in jersey, or you can even say a youth extra large, just because the way it fits and it's cheaper. So I'm saving money cutting corners. But let me go ahead and jump right into season 2, episode 19, week 1 of the NFL season. Now, there's a lot of things going on in the world. You got people out here tripping like Ben Simmons. I know this is an NFL episode, but I cannot refrain from, coming at Ben Simmons right now. This guy, the audacity of Ben Simmons. We're talking about an NBA player who is going up to the 76ers front office and saying, hey, I want out, man. Y'all are not doing me right. Y'all are not doing me right. With Joel Embiid, the coaching staff saying they can't win a championship with me at the point guard. But, bro, what have you done? You've been in the league for, what, 4 years? Going on 4 years right now? And your game has not evolved at all? You have actually statistically gotten worse as far as field goal percentage, free throw percentage. Coming into the rookie season, you was out there shooting the rock, man. Summer League, you was out there really hooping. For crying out loud, you won Rookie of the Year. The nerve of Ben Simmons, man. You got some nerve going to the front office and saying, hey, you got to get me out. Now, we all know what this stems from. The 76ers, they're playing the Atlanta Hawks in the Eastern Conference semifinals, and it's a pivotal game 7. Ben Simmons has the ability to go up and dunk and tie the game. He is right up under the rim. He sees Trae Young's. He pumps fake and he passes it. I can't think of the guy his name right now, but he ends up passing the ball, and instead of getting free 2 points, the dude gets fouled and he goes and makes 1 out of 2, and then the rest is history.
Tapping his way in, spins on Gallinari, gives it up. Oh, it was right there, and a foul as Thibault goes to the basket. Boy, Simmons, uncontested, had a layup, but he leaves it for Thibault. who makes something out of it and is headed to the line.
Well, but that's when you know that the game is in your head. That's a dunk for Ben Simmons.
Now, if you go and you look back at the press conference, Joel Embiid was like, hey, man, I don't know how to say this, but I feel like we lost the game when we could have had 2 points and we exchanged it for 1 point. Doc Rivers got to ask the questions. Do you think that you can win an NBA championship with Ben Simmons? Well, yeah, that has yet to be seen. I don't really know the answer to that right now. Ben Simmons. And I do agree, sometimes they're putting a lot of the blame on you. Joel Embiid can't stay healthy to save his life. But what about you, man? I can see if you're actually a Giannis and you're actually dominating the paint, but you are afraid to even go up under the rim to tie the game up in a Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals? The audacity, Ben Simmons. The nerve, Ben Simmons. You need to look in the mirror, bro. Your game hasn't evolved at all. You're going on your 5th season. You're about to be offered, the max deal for an NBA player. And you're trash, bro. I don't want to see no more videos on you. He's already putting up on IG, him shooting 3-point shots. What about in the real game where it really matters, man? I don't want to see you in the wild balling on some average Joe. What about in the NBA? Game 7. Show up. 2 points in the 4th quarter? That's not enough. That is not enough, Ben Simmons. And you deserve the ill. No. You don't deserve the ill just yet. I'm going to give it to somebody else. But you're very close. The nerve, Ben Simmons. As you can tell, I'm in my bag, man. I'm so excited to finally get back on the set. I took a couple weeks off. I know a lot of people was like, hey, Josh, when is the next time you're going to release something? Well, there's nothing really going on in sports. Yeah, the baseball season is fine, dandy. I could have said preseason, but who really cares about preseason? We know the Cowboys are on Hard Knocks. And it's just not the same, man. I'm tired of seeing the Dallas Cowboys, man. I don't even know why they're America's team. If we're being quite frankly, it's just that their Hard Knocks really isn't intriguing as the other ones, years past, the Cleveland Browns, hell, even last year, the Chargers and the Rams. Like, it's night and day. But let me go ahead and jump into Cam Newton, man. You can see it on me. I am a diehard Carolina Panthers fan. But I think his time in the National Football League might be over, man. I know Bill Belichick was out there saying we didn't cut Cam because he isn't vaccinated. But go look at what Urban Meyer said. Go look at what these other coaches have had. Oh, this guy, he's not vaccinated, and this guy, he is vaccinated. They're right on the bubble. We're trying to win at a high clip. We're trying to keep our season going with amongst, COVID-19. I'm going to take the guy that's vaccinated. Now, I'm not saying that was the only thing that got Cam Newton cut. But I do believe that it played a huge factor, more than Bill Belichick is letting on, more than the Patriots are even letting on, man. Cam Newton, his first 2 games in the preseason, he did outstanding. He was out there balling 8 and 9, 1 touchdown, 149 yards. His second game, he went, I believe it was like 8 of 11, 70-something yards, and they really played well. But that third game against the New York Giants, Cam Newton goes in the COVID protocol, whether it was his fault or not, whether it was the Patriots' fault or not, it was a little misunderstanding. He flies out from New England, he goes visit his doctor in Atlanta, and now he has to miss 5 days. Mac Jones, he comes in against the New York Giants and in joint practice, and he balls. The 38-45, lighting them up, and the rest is history, man. Bill Belichick was saying the entire time, yeah, Cam Newton's our star, Cam Newton's this, Cam Newton that. But we just saw it yesterday, a couple days ago. He's cut. And I'm a diehard Panthers fan. I don't think you can look at any team right now in the National Football League. Where can he go? We all know Cam Newton's not a backup. You can say the Denver Broncos, yes, he's better than Teddy Bridgewater. Yes, he's better than Drew Lock. But will John Elway go for it? I don't believe so. You just look at the, what's another team? The Washington football team. They had an opportunity to go get him last year. Did Ron Rivera make that move? No. Whether that's the owner, whether that's just Ron Rivera saying, hey, I just don't believe in Cam anymore. I don't see it, man. And you also got to look at it like this. We know Bill Belichick to be the greatest coach of all time because of what? His ability to take somebody that nobody want and either turn him into a star, turn him into a playoff phenomenon, or just going out there and winning with them. Cam Newton, they didn't mesh. Where else is he going to go? Pittsburgh Steelers? Houston Texans? Maybe. But they still got Deshaun Watson, and I know they're going to get rid of him. But they got Tyrod Taylor. They got 7 running backs. One of them might have to play quarterback if Tyrod Taylor gets hurt. But at the end of the day, what is it? Cam Newton. I mean, I gotta say this, man. I feel like you shot yourself in the foot, man. You know, your ability your inability to stay healthy, 2, to not get vaccinated. You're just leaving the door wide open for Mac Jones. Just go look at Urban Meyer's interview. Yeah, of course we took players getting vaccinated into heavy consideration when it was time to get cut. And it was close. I would be lying if I said, yo, Cam Newton was clearly the better quarterback in the preseason. He wasn't. It was neck and neck. And at the end of the day, what does it come down to? One guy's vaccinated, the other guy's not. I'm vaccinated. Cam Newton, you got COVID last year. You got COVID last year, and you saw what it did to your play. Why aren't you vaccinated, brother? Some people are going to say, yeah, Josh, it's the antibodies. Damn the antibodies, bro. I know people that's got COVID and then they got vaccinated. Facts. Cam Newton, man, I honestly and truthfully don't see him at least playing this season. He might come in midway, but he's definitely not on anybody's NFL team heading into week 1. Maybe the whole first month of football. I don't see him on any roster. Cam Newton, brother. I gotta call a spade a spade. It might be it. Hey man, I'm cooking with some hot grease right now, but let me just keep this thing rolling, man. Before I jump into, my predictions on week 1, my preseason awards, my top 10, let's talk about Bishop Sycamore. Now, what the hell is going on? What is going on with ESPN? What is going on with Ohio State high school athletics? What the hell is going on? Now, if you don't know about Bishop Sycamore, let me just give you a little rundown. Let's just say that your son or your daughter, they're playing their high school sport. Volleyball, soccer, softball, baseball, football, basketball. And they're going up against grown women or grown men. That's what happened when Bishop Sycamore played IMG Academy down in, they actually played in Canton, Ohio at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Now, Bishop Sycamore, it has been reported that they are a fake school. They don't exist in the Ohio High School Association. They're not an online school at all. So where the hell do these dudes come from? Some people are saying they're JUCO. Some people are saying they're a semi-pro team. And they still got whooped. They lost 58-0 against IMG. And we're talking about grown men playing against high schoolers. High schoolers whooped grown men. Grown men that was 25 plus. Grown men that graduated college from 2020. And they're playing. Bishop Sycamore, you get the ew. And it's also been reported it's also been reported that their head coach has an arrest warrant out for him, because you can definitely press charges, man. That can be no funny. That can be aggravated assault, felony, trespassing, all that stuff. They've reached out to ESPN and said, yeah, we have a plethora of Division I players Let me see. Yeah. They have a plethora of Division I players, and ESPN couldn't find out or register in their database. But they like, heck yeah, let's register it up. Let's run it up. And you heard the ESPN announcer say, "Hey man, this is about halftime. They're down 30-0. At this point, we got to consider the health of players." High school's beating grown men 30-0 at half. They almost got 60 put on their head. Had a block punt, and it just goes to show you, man. A lot of these people just out here just trying to clout chase. Bishop Sycamore, what are you doing? Head coach, my brother, what are you doing? The IMG coach asked him, like, "Hey man, do you want to keep the clock running during halftime?" Bishop Sycamore was like, "Hell no, we don't want to keep a running clock. We're gonna finish this game. We're gonna burn timeouts, and we're gonna play football." And they still was shut out, 58-0. Bishop Sycamore, that whole situation, man, people been saying Cam Newton was about to go play quarterback for Bishop Sycamore, man, but Bishop Sycamore, you get the ew. Now this is what everybody has been waiting for, man. Everybody has been waiting for Joshua's proximity hierarchy. We are new and improved. I know last year I didn't have the up-to-date NFL logos on my poster board. I'm gonna transition later on into a magnetic poster board, but right now it's just a 3x4 tri poster. But let's go ahead and let's show you exactly what it looks like, man. All right, for starters, yeah, I'm kind of a little off on my microphone, but as you can see, this is Joshua's proximity hierarchy. All right, so I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm kind of doing a little poster board trying to move things around. At number 10, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I know a lot of people are like, yo, why are the Steelers so low? Now, last year, we all know what the Pittsburgh Steelers were. They were a team that was phonies. Big Ben, his arm, didn't know how it was going to hold up. They didn't have a sustainable run game. We didn't know exactly what they was going to do. We didn't know exactly what they was going to do when it was time to play, some serious competition, especially in the playoff situation. But I got the Pittsburgh Steelers at number 10. I like the addition of Najee Harris. At number 9, I got the Tennessee Titans, man. When you look at the Tennessee Titans, they are a well-rounded football team. The addition of Julio Jones add more depth at the receiver position. They got Derrick Henry. They got a 2K back. Ryan Tannehill, he's slinging the ball. They do need a little more improvement on the defensive end. But that offense can be so potent. And you can't stack the box because you got Julio Jones and A.J. Brown on the outside. So if you stack the box, you're going to get lit up. At number 9, I like the Tennessee Titans. At number 8, the San Francisco 49ers, man. When you look at the 49ers, Jimmy G, he has to play with a chip on his shoulder or else he's going to get replaced by Trey Lance. And I think that we're going to see the same exact thing that we saw when they went to the Super Bowl. You're going to see a team that is run heavy. You're going to see a team that is involved with a lot of play action, getting George Kittle on the edges. A lot of bootlegs, play action. Brandon Ayuk getting the boys in space. And that defense, how can we forget? Nick Bosa coming back off of an ACL injury. That whole team is back intact. Defense is stacked. Fred Warner. You just look at the San Francisco 49ers. They are solid. At number 7, the Seattle Seahawks. We know that the NFL is a quarterback-driven league. Russell Wilson is a top 5, top 4 quarterback in the National Football Association. So on that premise alone, he is that good to raise his team to the number 7 spot. Their defense, they are getting better. Jamal Adams, if I'm not mistaken, he has already signed a contract or he's in discussion on getting, a new safety contract that will probably ultimately make him the highest paid safety. At number 6, the Baltimore Ravens. Now, it's kind of the same situation with the New England Patriots. Lamar Jackson, he had COVID last year. He comes back this year. He's also in COVID protocol again, and he's still not vaccinated. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know. It's FDA approved. I don't know if they're thinking like, oh man, it's just something that the government wants to put in your body. No, man. We are trying to look out for the best interest of you and the best interest of the team, man. So the defense is stout. Marlon Humphreys, Marcus Peters. We know what the defense is. It's the Baltimore Ravens. And you got Lamar Jackson. Now, I do believe in order for them to become in the top 5 to actually make it to an AFC championship game and even ultimately a Super Bowl, they got to be able to pass the ball effectively, man. So I like the Baltimore Ravens at number 6. At number 5, I'm going to go with the New Orleans Saints. They finally have a quarterback that is able to push the ball down the field. The last 3 to 4 years, what was Drew Brees? Check down shorty. Mr. Slant routes, Mr. Dig routes, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara. I can't think of the other receivers right now. Taysom Hill. But they were just mostly a check down team. And now that you have Jameis Winston with his ability to push the ball down the field, I definitely like the Saints at number 5. At number 4, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, he gets Randall Cobb back. Aaron Rodgers, they still have Aaron Rodgers at the quarterback position. He's going to be balling at a high clip. We know what he brings to an NFL football team. So at number 4, I like the Green Bay Packers. At number 3, the Buffalo Bills, man. We already know how I'm rocking. My secondary team is Bills Mafia, man. I love what they bring. I love Micah Hyde, man. I love Josh Allen. Stephon Diggs is a stud. And Sean McDermott just has them boy playing well, man. It was in the AFC Championship game last year, and I wouldn't be surprised if they make it back there or at least to the divisional round, man. The boys, they play sound football. They do need a better running game, but I like the Buffalo Bills at number 3. At number 2, you have the Kansas City Chiefs, man. They have the number 1 player on the top 100. They have another top 5 player on the top 100 in Travis Kelce. They have another top 20 player and Tyreek Hill in the top 20, top 15 if I'm not mistaken. We know what the Kansas City Chiefs represent. We know what Patrick Mahomes represents. We know what Travis Kelce represents. He almost led the league in yards at the tight end position. That defense, it does need to get just a little bit better, especially at the corner spot position. But they have Chris Jones. They have Tyrann Mathieu. They have the other safety that's a nice white boy, number 49. I think it's Swearinger or something like that. He's a real stud. He's like another James Harrison, but he takes stuff to the crib. That defense is right there and it's knocking, man. I just look at the Kansas City Chiefs and their record. And they just got Mahomes, man. Mahomes can literally make any throw on the football field. I was watching a preseason game this past week, and he looks like he's in mid-season form. So, at number 2, I got the Kansas City Chiefs. Number 1, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's the GOAT. What else do I need to say? It's the GOAT, man. They got AB back. They got Levante David back. They got Shaquille Barrett back. They franchise tagged Chris Godwin. If you just look at this team from head to toe, they didn't actually lose any starters on both sides of the football. They're going to be so much better barring any injury. They have another year up under the system. Tom Brady has AB in training camp. They're meshing beyond any other level that we could even think of, man. They got Mike Evans. They got Chris Godwin. They signed Giovanni Bernard. They're returning Leonard Fournette. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man, and this is how it goes. 10 the Steelers, 9 the Titans, 8 San Fran, 7 the Seahawks, 6 Baltimore, 5 the Saints, 4 the Packers, 3 the Bills, 2 Kansas City, and number 1 the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I just want to show you it one more time on the poster board, man. We're just evolving on here on Joshua's Proximity. Oh, man. NFL hierarchy. I'm so excited for this NFL season, man. Since we're talking about top 10, let's go ahead and just pivot into my early preseason NFL awards. So my offensive rookie of the year, granted, I did this before the preseason. I believe Zach Wilson will be the offensive rookie of the year. Trevor Lawrence, man, I think he's going to struggle a lot early and often in Jacksonville. I don't think that Urban Meyer will last 3 seasons as a head coach with the Jacksonville Jaguars. That offensive line is horrible. Travis Etienne got hurt. If Marvin Jones is your number one receiver, you're going to be struggling. So I like Zach Wilson as the offensive rookie of the year. The DPO, the rookie defensive player of the year, I'm going to go with J.C. Horn. A lot of people are saying Micah Parsons is going to be the defensive rookie of the year. I don't think so, man. I think that he's going to be more of an edge rusher. You still have Jalen Smith. You still have Leighton Vander Esch in the middle. Michael Parsons, as you can see on Hard Knocks, man, he's playing too aggressive. And I believe he's going to get taken advantage of, especially in week 1, man. I think Giovanni Bernard, they're going to have him out in motion. A lot of angle routes, a lot of wheel routes. Because you see Giovanni Bernard, the fullback turned his head. He bent. Touchdown up the rail, man. I like J.C. Horn, man. If you go look at the Pro Football Focus, he has played, I want to say, 18 snaps. He's been targeted 5 times. 0 receptions across the board. So I like J.C. Horn as the defensive rookie of the year. The offensive player of the year, I'm wearing this jersey, baby. Christian McCaffrey, man. That's why he is the number 1 player on fantasy football. I believe Christian McCaffrey is going to have a bounce back year. He's finally going to have a quarterback that is going to be able to push the ball down the field. That's going to open up the running game. He's still going to have 90 receptions. He's still going to have 1,000+ yards running the ball. He's still going to have well over 15 total touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey as my offensive player of the year. The defensive player of the year, I'm going to go with Darius Leonard, man. He did just sign the biggest contract ever for a linebacker. He's a stud. We know what Darius Leonard is. He came from South Carolina State. He is a Q. I chose the wrong frat, but at the end of the day, he's all over the place. He's going to have over 115 tackles. He's going to have a couple picks, about 3 or 4 forced fumbles on the season. And I'm going to say about 4 or 5 sacks. Darius Leonard as a defensive player of the year. The comeback player of the year. Now, I know Christian McCaffrey was injured, and I kind of teeter-tottered on this just a little bit. But I'm going to go with Saquon Barkley, man. I think this year will be very telling on the New York Giants if they have a quarterback or not. Who do we really put a lot of faith in? Daniel Jones? They got more receivers. They have built up a better defense. But are we really, a believer in Daniel Jones? Maybe, maybe not. But Saquon Barkley's back. He's at full strength. If I didn't have the first pick in fantasy football, I would have drafted Saquon Barkley. But being so that I do have the first pick, I'm going with Christian McCaffrey, but another topic of discussion. I do like the comeback player of the year, Saquon Barkley. I do see a situation where he goes 750 receiving yards, maybe over 1,300 on the ground. I like 14 touchdowns. Comeback player of the year, Saquon Barkley. The coach of the year, I'm going to go with the Bills coach, Sean McDermott. Like I stated earlier, man, that's why the Buffalo Bills are ahead of the Green Bay Packers, are ahead of the New Orleans Saints, the Baltimore Ravens. I just really like a sound football team, and that's what the Buffalo Bills are, man. They have the quarterback of the future. They have their receiver, and they got some really nice safeties in the back end and a solid lockdown corner in Tre'Davious White. So I like Sean McDermott to have these boys competing for the AFC number 1 spot, 13-3, maybe 12-4. No, it's no longer 16 games. 13-4, 12-5 for the Buffalo Bills. MVP. Now, if my coach of the year is Sean McDermott, my MVP is Josh Allen. We know what Josh Allen represents, man. If he can stay healthy, if he can actually put up the numbers like he did last year, he was already a top 10 player on the NFL Top 100. He was number 10. I think that you see him make a jump into that top 5 this year. Josh Allen is the real deal, man. He has an arm. He can throw it from here in North Carolina all the way to Wisconsin. He is a gunslinger. He is a guy that's going to take that next step. So I like Josh Allen as the MVP. I had him and Saquon number 1, number 2 in the MVP talks. So, being that it is week 1 of the NFL season, let me just go ahead and just read out my predictions for week 1. Bucks versus Cowboys. I don't think anybody's having an objection. We all know that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are winning this game easily. Jags versus the Texans, the 2 worst teams in the NFL. I'm going to go with the Texans, man. I think the Jags, Urban Meyer is up for 1. Trevor Lawrence is up for 1. I like the Houston Texans. The Chargers versus the football team. I'm going to go with the Chargers, man. Shout out to 336 Keenan Allen. That's all I need to say. The Colts versus the Seahawks. Being that we don't know what's going on with Carson Wentz, I like the Seattle Seahawks over the Indianapolis Colts. Jets versus the Panthers. You see what jersey I'm wearing. Next question. Vikings versus the Bengals. I'm going to go with the Vikings, man. I was about to say the Cincinnati Bengals, but I got to go with the Minnesota Vikings, man. They're just playing. They have everybody returning. They added Patrick Peterson on their defense. I like the Minnesota Vikings. The Arizona Cardinals versus the Tennessee Titans. I think it's going to be a massacre with the Tennessee Titans. Especially that Larry Fitzgerald is contemplating on retirement. He says that he's not feeling the urge to play football. And that is very dangerous, man. You can put yourself in a vulnerable situation if you're not going out on the football field with the right mindset. You can get yourself hurt and other people hurt. So I like the Tennessee Titans. The 49ers versus the Detroit Lions. Jared Goff is terrible. I'm not a believer in the Lions organization like the 49ers. Steelers versus Bills. This is going to be a very, very tough matchup. But this is where Josh Allen makes his case for MVP. I like the Buffalo Bills. Eagles versus the Falcons. That's cringeworthy. I'm going to go with the Atlanta Falcons, though, because they're playing at home, so I got to go with the Falcons. Browns versus the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs will win by 10-plus points. They was on the verge of blowing them out last year before Patrick Mahomes got knocked out, so I don't see a different situation. Chiefs big. Packers versus the Saints in New Orleans. Give me Green Bay because I'm not sure what Jameis Winston can do just yet. The Broncos versus the New York Giants. That Broncos defense is going to be something serious. But I'm not a believer in Teddy Bridgewater. With that being said, I'm still going to go with the Denver Broncos because they have the significantly better team, the better defense, better receiving core. They don't have the better running back. But Teddy Bridgewater, Daniel Jones, leaning towards Teddy Bridgewater. I like the Broncos over the Giants. Dolphins versus the Patriots. 2 of the Alabama quarterbacks that was in the same room playing against each other week 1. Give me the Dolphins, man. I don't see a situation where Matt Jones can actually beat that Dolphins team. I don't think he'll turn the ball over, but I think that he won't be overzealous in pushing the ball down the field, man. I think he's going to do a lot of check downs. And I like the Dolphins over the Patriots. Bears versus the Rams, Sunday Night Football. I am not a believer in Matthew Stafford, man. The jury is still out on him. He's been a perennial loser with the Detroit Lions. He had Calvin Johnson. Whatever you guys want to say, the organization is bad, whatever. He was still the quarterback. He played. His record is 74-90. That says a lot about Matthew Stafford and what he represents, regardless of the head coach and regardless of who's around him. I'm going with the Rams, though. Andy Dalton's not going to get it done. Ravens versus the Raiders. It's just a no-brainer. Going with the Ravens, man. But wow, we are at 35 minutes. That concludes season 2, episode 19, week 1 of the NFL season. You're going to be seeing a lot more of Joshua's hierarchy throughout the season. Like I said, number 10 Steelers, 9 Titans, 8 San Fran, 7 Seahawks, 6 the Baltimore Ravens, 5 Saints, 4 Packers, 3 Bills, 2 Kansas City, and number 1 the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Until next time, baby, we out.